Sagittarius, what is up? Daddy Just the Alchemist here, and I'm here to do some new moon messages for you. It is a new moon in Sagittarius, so it's a new moon in your sign, and it is the last new moon of the year, so it's a great time to go over some of your goals and manifestations, what you want to grow or where you want to grow, and maybe look back and reflect at some of the things that have happened that you might need to let go of. And let's go ahead and start the reading. New moon messages for Sagittarius. Let's see what we got. Where do you need to grow, Sagittarius? That one jumped out. And we've got the Temperance upside down. Geez, that is your card. Wow. Sagittarius, it looks like you've got some healing to do here. You might be in a place where you're indulging in some things, maybe alcohol or drugs. You might be in a place where, you're like addicted to certain substances, or maybe some habits, maybe some physical activities, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it seems like there's an unhealthy level of excess in your life that really needs attention. And I'm getting the sense of like needing to change this because it's causing a lot of imbalance in your life. It's also causing extremes in emotion, like it is messing with how you feel, and it's causing you to fall out of alignment. I got the Devil upside down, so this is going to be like your advice of releasing limiting beliefs. Again, this is kind of the Devil is a card that usually stands for like addictions and such, or like unhealthy habits. It's a card that deals with the shadow. So the Devil upside down is kind of telling me that like, you have to explore these thoughts in the shadow self and really dig deep to see why it is that you are indulging, why it is that you feel like you have this excess of substances or other things in your life currently. Like, what is it that you're trying to cope with? Or not with, but what is it that you are coping for? What are you trying to cope? What is the issue that is lingering that you're frankly running away from? There seems to be some sort of like resentment here, whether it be internal or external. You're feeling very out of balance here, that's for sure. And addiction is a big theme here. Someone out there is definitely going through some pretty heavy addiction. I'm getting drinking. That's a big one that I'm getting. But it could just be excess of things in general. So this seems to be a card that is popping out a lot in my reads. So if you let go of your issues, your addictions, and you really work on this like shadow self, and you restore your self-control and this harmony within you, there is the potential for finding satisfaction in your life and regaining that emotional stability and kind of like the ending of suffering and being more optimistic. And so I'm getting I'm getting that you do have the potential to put yourself in a better place if you move past this with this Nine of Cups. What does this pertain to? Yeah, this definitely pertains to, doing better, but there's something holding you back. For some reason, there's like, you want to do better is what I'm getting. You want to gain this control. You're trying to be more optimistic. You want to work through this and be in a better place, but you're also kind of in a standstill where for some reason you have this sort of like resistance and indecision, and you're really lacking self-control here. There might be some sort of communication here that you lack. I feel like maybe there's someone that you want to reach out to, and or someone that you're waiting for them to reach out. What is causing this delay? We've got these two cards. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so this communication, you might be waiting on a communication from someone that you were in a relationship with, or like someone, like some sort of partnership. It could have been a community. I'm really getting a lover. There must have been some sort of heartbreak here and like a loss. I'm getting Three of Swords and Page of Pentacles reversed. So there might have been a situation where there was cheating or infidelity. There was a lack of commitment here, which might have caused the heartbreak. This might be the reason that you started to spiral in this addiction and this overindulgence. It might be a way to cope with what you went through here with the heartbreak. And it seems like yeah, it seems like this is kind of like what... Are you still healing? Is that what's going on? What is going on with this heartbreak? And why is this the cause of the delay? Gosh. I need to start shuffling these over the table so they stop falling on the ground. Wow, yeah. We've got the Two of Swords upside down. So it feels like you're waiting on some sort of like closure from this situation. You're faced with a sort of confusion as to what happened. Like, you don't even really know what happened, although I feel like you do. And I'm getting a sense of like, just wanting the energy to settle and feeling like you don't really have that closure. You don't have that sense of peace from the separation. And that's it's causing your indecision here. And it's almost like, you rather indulge in this stuff and use this to cope than be in pain because of the fact that you feel like you don't have closure. And that seems to be what's delaying you here. So what's the advice here? I've got the Knight of Cups here for the advice. Let me get one more card to clarify. And and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so it looks like the thing that's going to save you here is you have to find some sort of creative pursuit. You have to find another way to spend your time using your imagination and finding something in which you are passionate about. Or even just like dating again. And that doesn't necessarily mean like going into a relationship immediately, but it does mean like, you know, just putting yourself back out there, and that might help you forget about this old situation. But yeah, so I'm getting that your advice here is to put yourself back out there, really find the zest for life again, and find your sense of confidence and determination, and find some sort of like creative pursuit or just something to pursue. And that will help pull you out of this 111 as I'm saying that. So a new beginning is in store for you if you pull yourself out of this. You can't wait on the closure because it might not come, and so you have to distract yourself. You have to find something else to do. Final card, Death card, transformation. You need change. You need endings. You need to stop these habits that you have that are destroying you. This is an end of a very destructive cycle, and you're being born again. You're being renewed. This is a new beginning for you, but the only way for you to have this new beginning is for you to let go of your old habits and to push forward with new creative pursuits and or even romantic pursuits, or maybe even the pursuit of a new community. But pursuing this is going to instill a sense of confidence and belonging and independence in you, and it's going to renew this kind of like love for life that you had before this whole breakup situation. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. And that seems to be the message. I feel like that's really just the message for Sagittarius at this point. And let's go ahead and get a fortune for you, Sag. Let's see. Anticipate a surge of motivation and enthusiasm. And your lucky numbers are 12, 46, 19, 31, 43, and 14. So, yeah, that was your message, Sagittarius. I definitely believe in you. I believe that you can pull yourself out of the dumps. It always sucks going through some sort of heartbreak, whether you were cheated on or whether you were the one who made the mistake and, you know, you're in a place where you regret it or you feel bad about it, or maybe you just feel confused because maybe it was something that you did want to do, and maybe you're confused because you don't know how you feel about the fact that you cheated, if that is what happened. And you know, sometimes people do these things and they don't regret it, and they feel like they should feel bad, but they don't. I personally, I'm not someone who's ever cheated in a relationship. It just goes against my morals. It's not the person I am. However, I can understand where people come from in terms of why they would. However, I also feel like it's never really a good enough reason, because if you don't want to be with someone, just don't be with them. Like, don't lead them on. Honestly, it's a lot easier to have that hard conversation of, hey, things aren't working out, as opposed to going and chasing someone else and, you know, creating a whole other relationship and this like false reality for the person you're with. because in the end, like, the truth always comes to light, and that's going to be a much harder conversation than if you had just initially broken things off to chase what you really wanted or what you were curious about or whatever. Anyways, yeah, that was your message, Sagittarius. I hope that you guys have a wonderful new year. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and comment if it resonated with you. If it didn't resonate with you, then you might resonate with some of my other videos. I also post channeled messages. Yeah, feel free to share with your friends as well. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.